Hey, boys and girls. So I just finished up The Price of Power by Michael Michel. Now, this is actually the second edition. I never did read the first edition, so I don't know what all has changed. However, I can tell you that the second edition is very, very good. We're covering multiple POVs on this one. There's a few main ones. There's a dead prince that is kind of find it hard to hide right now. Things are getting a little difficult. And so, yeah, he's been hiding out because he's got some regrets and he just kind of wants to wallow in his sorrow and doesn't want anybody to, find him. We've got an orphan teenage princess that's next in line for the throne and is put in situations where she's got to make some decisions that are going to affect the future of her kingdom. And some of those decisions are also going to affect the people around her that she loves, and one of them has to be put above the other. So life is not fair. And then our final main POV, I feel like, is the one where there is a young grandson. He's got to be trained up in the way it's not listed technically as magic, but it's basically the magic system in this one of the ascended. And basically, he's got to be trained just so he can be sacrificed for the good of the world. None of these are super spoilery. This is the gist of it. There are a couple of other ones, POVs that we see too, and we're not quite sure how they're going to work themselves into the story. But yeah, it is a fun ride. Maybe not fun for the characters, but again, not to use the word fun too many times. Where would the fun in that be? Michael Michel manages to weave this together so well as you're going through the different POVs. He knows exactly when to change, where you're like, no, I need to know more, but also get you back to a part of somebody else's story that you've been waiting to hear about. And the longer you read this book, the faster you're going to get through it. It is right around 500 pages. In fact, I think it's 500 pages even, to be honest. I read the e-arc, so I know that doesn't count, but I'm pretty sure it's 500 even. And it doesn't feel that big. This one was a really fun read. It takes you back to the more of a classical fantasy novel, and I am here for that. I can't wait to read book 2. This part may drive some of you crazy. The way that Michael does this, though, I was fine with it. You get to the end of the book 1, and there are a lot of loose threads left. But instead of being frustrated, I feel much more like, oh my goodness, I can't wait for book 2 to come out. By the time you see this, actually, Michael and I will have already had an interview, so I will probably be asking him more information about book 2. So check that out. That is, I'll make sure that's the video that pops up at the end of this. And yeah, this is a story. Every single one of these narratives, it's one of those situations where you know that this is a main character, so you're pretty sure they're not going to die off, unless you're reading something by George R. R. Martin, but that's besides the point. But he still manages to have that tension in there. Because you're never quite sure. It's like, who's going to make it to the end of the story and who's not. Yeah, that's all I can say without being spoilery. If you like classical novels, classical fantasy novels, this one is for you. If you like a good story that drags you along for the ride, this is a good story. And if you're looking for that next series, because I believe that this version 2 was put out in preparation for book 2. So I believe book 2 is just right on the corner. Again, check out the interview. You'll know. I probably could have looked it up too, but that would be cheating. Anyhow, yeah, this one's 5 stars for me. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely can't wait for book 2. And yeah, I will catch you later.